Hello, sister friends. Welcome to season 20. Can you believe it? I still want to know if there's going to be a season 20, honestly. I can't believe that after all this time and after all the feedback Kody has received. Because we know he's on social media, he's still the same, if not worse. And I say worse because he knows better now. He's received feedback and still continues to act the same way. He's said awful things in the past about his kids, but it feels even worse now because he's learned absolutely nothing. All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to walk through the episode, and yes, I've got a different background today. This isn't my home. I'm still in Tennessee visiting my daughter. I'm heading halfway home today and thought I'd get this out while it's still fresh in my mind from last night. It opens with Robyn's face and, oh boy, here we go. Big family, big mess. A painful, sad mess. Zero responsibility, zero accountability right from the start. It's going to be a rough season, people. Buckle up. Kody says he's having days where he feels vengeful and angry, and other days when he feels benevolent and kind. But it's just a roller coaster for him. That's not okay, Kody. It's been 5 years. Time to get over the vengeful part. And if you're really benevolent and kind, maybe try doing it when the cameras are on, because we sure don't see it. The scene opens with Kody making breakfast and getting the kids ready for school, just to rub it in a little deeper. It's disgusting. We know he never did this for the other wives, and they're clearly choosing to show this on TV. It's that weird mix of clueless and arrogant that only Kody and Robyn can pull off. Speaking of the worst, let's talk about his hair. It's so thin now, it's actually parting in the back. Remember early Sister Wife seasons when he was running around claiming he was so busy with 13 kids and multiple wives? Now he's got 2 children too, and still acts like he's running a marathon every morning. He's fumbling around the kitchen like he's in the Amazing Race. Where are the eggs? The bowls. Was it the left cabinet or the right? Sir, you've been doing this since 2020. You've had 5 years of practice. Figure it out. Then he goes into his little monologue, talking to the camera like he's saying something deep and profound. And we're all supposed to hang on every word. I'm just waking the kids up, getting ready for school. Got Solomon in the shower. Ari goes an hour later. Wow. Riveting stuff, Kody. Truly profound. Then he says he talks to Janelle once in a blue moon and even more rare to marry. His grammar alone makes my head spin. Translation? He never talks to Mary. He never talks to Christine either. Just texts her about Truly when he's forced to because of the court order. So yeah, same old Kody. Hasn't changed, hasn't learned a thing. When the wives left, they were actually kind about it. Hey, this isn't working out. Have a good life. But he was the one offended. He was the one refusing to communicate. Don't talk about Robyn. Now he acts confused about why they can't all just talk. The ship has sailed. Kody, goodbye. Then there's his fake couch acting so dramatic it makes me want to scream. The sighing, the fake emotion, it's so bad. He thinks he looks cool and deep, but it's pure cringe. Then finally, we get a beautiful palate cleanser. Christine and David in their gorgeous home, cooking and chatting. Calm, happy, natural. What a relationship should look like. They even talk about Garrison, and I'm so glad TLC is keeping his memory alive. It's a touching part of the episode that brings balance to all the chaos. Then we see Mary. She's heading to Salt Lake City for some speed dating. We don't see it yet. But the scenes with her and Jen are just lovely, lighthearted, funny, full of life. It's so good to see happy Mary again. She talks about her connections within the family, some strong, some non-existent. We know Christine and Michael T have cut her off. And even after reading Christine's explanation in her book, I still don't fully get it. Then we cut to Coyote Pass. Kody claims cleaning it up isn't his job, that Janelle and Mary should do it. And that some junk left behind from the RV days was Janelle's funny. Because I clearly remember when he told the realtor it was all his stuff. Classic Kody, changing the story whenever it suits him. That's what he says. Mary and Janelle expect me to do all the cleanup on this place, but I'm not motivated to do that. Not for them, because they haven't been kind. Classic Kody. 1, he's refusing to take responsibility because it would actually require effort. Kody doesn't do effort. 2, he's got attitude. He can't just do the work quietly. He's got to throw in that little they haven't been kind jab, like a pouty teenager. And 3, his reasoning. They haven't been kind. Yeah, because kindness is apparently a requirement for him to act like a decent human being. With Kody, every good deed is conditional. Everything's a transaction. He only gives if he gets something first. The man has zero understanding of sacrificial love. For him, love is a game. When he receives it, then he'll give it back. Never the other way around. He literally says it. I'm here. When the kids reach out to me, I'll be here. Translation, I'm not calling them first. Then he adds, I'm still terribly hurt by everything that's happened, and I'm not in a place to forgive yet. It's been 5 years, Kody. 5 years. Then, thank goodness, a palate cleanser. We head to North Carolina, where Janelle's in the kitchen baking cinnamon rolls for her kids and grandkids. She's chatting with Caleb and Maddie. Warm, real, grounded. A breath of fresh air. And she throws a little shade at Kody. Subtle but beautiful. Maddie says, I don't care how fast it sells. I just want it resolved. Caleb chimes in. But isn't Kody all about fairness? And Janelle laughs. Oh, only when it applies to him. They all crack up, and honestly, that one moment probably hits Kody harder than anything his wives have said on camera. Caleb calling him out. That's going to sting. Then Janelle talks about getting a spiritual advisor, saying she hadn't even realized it was an option until Mary got one. So I reached out to Mary, she says, and she's been helping me get in touch with everyone. Beautiful words. I genuinely hope we see this through. I'm still cautious. Maybe because I've watched this show for 15 years, but my heart is happy seeing this side of her. She talks about Garrison too, how they mention him almost every day. Like he's still with them. It's heartbreaking, but so healthy. Keeping his memory alive like that, I love it. Then we hear about how bad things were before Garrison's death. Maddie had already cut Kody out of her life and out of her children's lives. Leon too, and Garrison's death just exposed how deep the fractures really go. Somehow Kody even managed to use his son's funeral to drive the wedge deeper. You'd think that would be impossible, but this is Kody we're talking about. Then there's the scene with Maddie breaking down in tears, full on crying, talking about her relationship with her dad. And it's devastating because you can tell she's trying so hard to stay kind. She says, I know I had a part in this, and you just want to yell, no, sweetheart, you didn't. You're the child. He's the father. He's the one who hasn't called in 3 years. Then Kody drops this line. I'd love to have a better relationship with my children than I had with their mothers. Lies. All lies. If he wanted that, he'd be doing the work, reaching out, apologizing, rebuilding. But he doesn't. Just because he says it on camera doesn't make it true. Then he says, I've just compartmentalized the heartbreak. And there it is. That's Kody Brown in one sentence. Compartmentalize, cut off, ignore. I've got this family now. I'm not even thinking about them anymore. 5 years later, same man, same excuses. Even Robyn was shouting at him. Did you call them? Did you reach out? And his response, they know where I live. As if the burden is on his kids to fix what he broke. Everyone, fans, family, the internet has told him exactly what to do. Reach out to your children. But he won't. Because deep down, he doesn't want to. Then he says, I'd love healing with every single person I know. Of course, my children. But the healing can only happen on their terms. Lie again. The healing has always been on his terms. And now he's rewriting history about the COVID fallout too, acting like he was the victim. No, Kody, you were the one setting impossible rules. Isolating yourself with Robyn and punishing anyone who questioned you. Then we get a heartbreaking flashback with Gabriel trying so hard to reconnect with his dad. He's emotional, vulnerable, open, and Kody just walls himself off. They've been there the whole time, reaching out. But he blocks them out, makes the rules, demands they come to him. And then after everything, to funerals, to chances to show humility, he still manages to make it worse. Puts on a show, plays the victim, and widens the divide. Finally, Mary says she just wants everyone to reach a place where they can be kind and civil. And I get it. That's a beautiful goal. But being civil with Kody? Good luck. The man's pushing 60. Narcissists don't change. They might act like they do, but deep down they're the same. It makes me wonder if maybe even Robyn isn't being that kind to Mary anymore. Because we know Janelle is, and Christine was, at least on camera, back at the sprinkle or baby shower, whatever that was. Honestly, I've tried to block last season out for my own sanity. So yeah, I'm trying to block out the chaos of last season, but here we are again, and it feels like déjà vu. Same patterns, same excuses, same Kody. You'd think after everything, the divorces, the funerals, the backlash, he'd stop, reflect, maybe even grow a little. Nope, not this man. Now we're back with Kody and Robyn in their giant house of isolation. Every scene with them feels like a PR attempt. They want us to see them as this stable, grounded couple who made it work while everyone else fell apart. But honestly, it feels fake. Every smile is forced, every word rehearsed. They're not showing love, they're showing control. Robyn keeps saying things like, "I just want peace, and I wish everyone could move forward." And while she's saying that, Kody's sitting there with his jaw locked, eyes full of resentment. It's like he's auditioning for the real victims of Flagstaff. He's sitting there pretending to be calm while absolutely fuming inside. Then, of course, we get the pity party. Kody goes into another one of his emotional monologues, the kind where he stares into the distance like he's starring in his own soap opera. "I've been betrayed. I've been lied to. I've been abandoned." No, Kody, you weren't abandoned. You pushed everyone away. You controlled, manipulated, and guilted everyone until they finally walked out. And now you're shocked that you're alone. Come on! And Robyn, bless her heart, she sits there nodding like he's the wisest man alive. She even says at one point, he just feels so deeply. Girl, he feels sorry for himself, not for anyone else. There's a difference. Then we cut to Janelle again, the grounding force of this entire show. Thank God for her. She's calm, rational, emotionally intelligent, and she doesn't play victim. She's just living her life, doing her thing, and trying to keep her heart open despite all the chaos around her. She even says she still believes healing is possible, which honestly makes her the most generous person on this planet. And then Christine, thriving. The glow, the laughter, the joy. The way she talks about David and their future is so refreshing after years of watching her. Shrink around Kody, she's building something new, and you can feel it. Every time she's on screen, the energy lifts. Now, back to Mary. This part, oh, I loved it. She's sitting down with Jen again, laughing, joking, just being herself. For so long, Mary's storyline has been about sadness, isolation, trying to hang on to something that was dead. But now, she's light. She's funny. She's out here living and exploring, and maybe finally open to love again. And let's talk about her speed dating storyline. We didn't see much this episode, but the fact that she's even doing it tells us so much. Mary is stepping into her own life again, and that is everything. Meanwhile, Kody's still in his echo chamber with Robyn, crying about being misunderstood. "They all turned against me," he says. "Yeah, because you burned every bridge. Kody, you took a flamethrower to your own family, and now you're standing in the ashes wondering where everyone went." And what really gets me is how he talks about his kids like they're just another set of people who betrayed him. Those are your children, not business partners. You don't get to say they know where I live and think that counts as love. Love is active. Love reaches out. But that's the thing. Kody confuses control with love. He confuses loyalty with obedience. When his wives stopped obeying him, he decided they stopped loving him. And instead of reflecting on that, he doubled down. So here we are in season 20, watching him spiral in slow motion. You can literally see the bitterness eating him alive while the women he tried to control are out there healing, thriving, glowing, and moving on. It's poetic, honestly. Then the episode closes with that preview montage, the one TLC loves to throw in to get us hooked. We see tears, arguments, and maybe, just maybe, a hint of Kody realizing he's lost it all. But do I think he's actually going to change? Absolutely not. He's too far gone. He's surrounded by yes people, protected by Robyn's walls, and completely convinced he's the victim. Meanwhile, Christine's cooking dinner with David, Janelle's baking cinnamon rolls. Okay, Mary's speed dating, and the rest of us are sitting at home saying, "We told you so." So, buckle up, sister friends. Season 20 is going to be another wild ride of delusion, denial, and damage control. But at least this time, we're watching the women win. So, where does that leave us? Honestly, somewhere between Earl City and emotional exhaustion. We've watched this pattern for years, and somehow, Kody still manages to surprise us by finding new ways to avoid accountability. Every single time he talks about being hurt or waiting for the kids to come to him, I just want to scream at the TV, pick up the phone. You can practically feel how lonely he is, but instead of changing, he digs deeper into that hole of self-pity. It's like watching a man argue with his own reflection. Then there's Robyn sitting across from him at the kitchen table, pretending everything's fine. You can tell she's tired too. She keeps saying things like, "I just want the family to get along." But her tone has changed. It's not hopeful anymore. It's desperate. There's a difference. You can see her realizing, maybe for the first time, that this perfect marriage isn't going to save him. That she's trapped in the same cycle the other wives escaped. There's a moment, blink and you'll miss it, where she looks down at her hands while he's talking. And for the first time, she looks like she wants out. But then, of course, she snaps back into character. We just need to keep praying. We need faith. Same script, different day. Meanwhile, the rest of the family is out there building actual lives. Janelle's talking about her new business ventures and spending real time with her kids. Christine and David are planning trips, laughing, being normal. Mary's still in her new chapter era, focusing on herself instead of chasing crumbs from Kody. It's wild how all three of them left him, and instead of falling apart, they bloomed. There's a lesson in that. We get a few quiet moments in the episode that really hit hard. One is when Janelle talks about how she still talks to Garrison every day in her own way. She says it feels like he's still part of her life. The love in her voice, the calm in her eyes, that's what real parenting looks like. It's what empathy looks like. Then TLC does what TLC does best. They cut from that tender, real moment straight back to Kody complaining about being disrespected. The whiplash is unreal. It's like emotional ping pong. And there he is again, pacing around his yard at Coyote Pass like a man who just realized he built a monument to his own ego. The land's still empty, full of half-finished plans and bad memories. It's the perfect metaphor for him. Big talk, no follow-through. He says this land was supposed to bring us together, and I almost choked on my coffee. No, Kody, this land was your control tactic. You used it to keep them all tethered while you played favorites. You wanted them to dream about houses you never intended to build. Now it's just dirt, and that dirt tells the story better than any confessional interview could. Then we get a quick scene of the kids, snippets of Gabriel, Maddie, and even snippets of Michael T, all reflecting on the state of the family. And it's painful, because they're the ones paying the price for his stubbornness. They sound tired. They sound done. Gabriel says something like, "I just wish he would call." And it breaks you, because this young man has lost his brother. His family's fractured, and all he wants is a dad who cares enough to reach out. But Kody's over here talking about boundaries. Boundaries. With your kids. This man treats his own children like ex-employees. And then, classic TLC move, they hit us with a preview for episode. You can already tell it's going to be explosive. We see Kody yelling, Mary crying, Janelle walking away mid-conversation. Christine looks furious in one shot, like, done. -4-good-dawn. Single quotes T-even-breathe-in-my-direction. Furious. And Robyn. She's doing the signature wipe the tears, shake her head, whisper, "I just wanted peace" routine. Yeah, buckle up. Because if episode 1 was about setting the stage, episode 2 looks like the fallout. The gloves come off, the truth gets louder, and we finally start to see the real cracks in Kody and Robyn's united front. And I'll say this, as much as this show drives me crazy, I can't look away. Watching the women rise and Kody unravel is oddly satisfying. It's like watching karma unfold in real time. So that's where we're heading next. We'll see Kody trying to rewrite history again, Robyn trying to hold it together, and the rest of the family quietly thriving without him. And you know what? That's the real story here. The women aren't broken, he is. Here. The women aren't broken, he is.